What if the Soviet Union nuked LA in 1962? Imagine this. It's October 1962. Families are eating dinner. Kids are watching black and white cartoons. Then, a flash brighter than the sun erupts over Los Angeles. In an instant, the city of angels is turned into fire and ash. This isn't science fiction. This was almost real. What if the Cuban Missile Crisis ended not in diplomacy, but in nuclear annihilation? What if the Soviet Union nuked LA in 1962? This is the alternate reality we're stepping into today, and it will leave you shaken. The Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest the world has ever come to total nuclear war. For 13 days, the US and the Soviet Union stared each other down, fingers hovering over the red button. Soviet missiles had arrived in Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida. Tensions were so high that one wrong move, one misread radar blip, could have launched global Armageddon. But what if that wrong move happened? What if Khrushchev or a local Soviet commander panicked or retaliated and Los Angeles became ground zero? At 9:23 a.m. Pacific time, a 5-megaton Soviet warhead detonates above Los Angeles. In this alternate timeline, 3 million people die instantly. Downtown LA, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, obliterated. Shockwaves level everything within 10 miles. Fires rage for days. The radiation cloud reaches Nevada, Arizona, and Mexico within hours. The American psyche is shattered. There is no time to process. Within minutes, the United States responds. Washington launches a full nuclear retaliation. What follows is what experts called mutually assured destruction. And in this reality, it's not just a theory. Hundreds of warheads are exchanged. New York, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. are hit. Moscow, Leningrad, and Kiev vanish in atomic fire. London, Paris, and Berlin fall in the crossfire. Global cities become glowing craters. Civilization collapses in hours. Billions perish. The Cold War doesn't stay cold. It becomes the final war humanity ever fights. But what about those who survive? In this nightmare world, nuclear winter sets in. Temperatures plummet. Crops fail. Sunlight is blocked for years. Global famine kills millions more. Governments collapse. Riots and chaos engulf what's left of society. Technology regresses. Trade stops. Cities that weren't hit directly become refugee camps, if they survive at all. And Los Angeles? It becomes a name whispered in horror, a symbol of how fast the modern world can burn. In the aftermath, neither the US nor the Soviet Union exists in any recognizable form. Their cities, their leaders, their people, gone. The power vacuum gives rise to new regimes. Perhaps China, untouched by the worst, rises early. Maybe South America or parts of Africa become havens for survivors. But the dream of global superpowers, the balance of democracy and communism, gone. The Cold War doesn't end with a handshake, it ends with mass extinction. Now think about this. Everything that came after 1962 in our real world vanishes. No Beatles in America, no civil rights movement, no moon landing, no tech boom, no Martin Luther King speeches, no Star Wars, no internet. Steve Jobs never builds Apple. Barack Obama never becomes president. You, yes you, might never even be born. A single bomb would have wiped away not just cities, but futures, dreams, and the entire trajectory of humanity. And here's the part that chills you. This almost happened. On October 27, 1962, a Soviet submarine captain named Vasily Arkhipov stopped a nuclear launch that would have triggered World War III. One man saved the world. One no held back the apocalypse. So when we ask, what if the Soviet Union nuked LA in 1962? We're not imagining some far-off sci-fi fantasy. We're imagining the terrifying future we narrowly escaped. History often turns on a knife's edge. In this case, it turned on the sanity of a single man under unimaginable pressure. The lesson? peace is fragile, and the cost of failure is unthinkable. So next time you see a mushroom cloud in a movie, remember how close we came to seeing it for real. If this episode left you speechless, hit like and subscribe, because we're diving deep into more chilling alternate histories that could have rewritten our world. What's a what-if moment you want us to explore next? Let us know in the comments, because the past isn't always past. Sometimes, it's the future we barely avoided.